Good morning. How would you like to eliminate confusion and conflict in your life? Excuse the internet connection. I can see that it's so let's everybody gather together. I wanted to go back up. Let's have a great connection. Let's have a great connection. So listen, yeah, conflict and confusion. How long have you been living with conflict and confusion and you haven't even realized it? That's basically what I was like. I didn't realize that I was living in a state of permanent anxiety. And to not feel it, I would just be busy. Just felt like we had to do this, we have to do this, we have to do, keep going. And then we take your half an hour of a meditation, and then it's boom, boom, boom. Go again. Anything to avoid feeling myself. Glass of wine in the evening. I never smoked. I never got the idea of smoking, but some of you might smoke so you don't want to feel. You like the feeling of that. I heard somebody call about playing truant, and that's what we kind of do. When we busy, we're playing truant from ourselves. But there's so much to do. Is there? Or is that just the way you want to live your life? Or you think you want to live your life? Is it freedom to be busy all the time? Is it freedom to rely on an external thing to bring you peace? Is that freedom? Or are you then a prisoner in bondage of whatever it is that you're using to get away from yourself, to feel yourself? Your body is trying to tell you something and you're anxious, so you have a glass of wine. So it's almost like saying, no, not now. I want to deal with you. I'll just have this glass of wine and I'll feel so much better, so I can ignore everything. And you see, I thought that ignoring everything apparently bad in my life. Well, there's nothing bad anyway, but that's the thing, to realize that by facing every single thing is your freedom. So tonight, masterclass is up there. You're telling me you're not on yet? Where have you been? Have you been in a bubble? Well, come into my bubble. We've had a great week. And you can always catch the replays. So if you're in the group, the key, the secret, like it's written all down here. If you're in the group, you'll be able to get the replays. And if you're not, well, you won't. Hiya, Jay. Lovely to see you. Hiya, Vivian. So how would you like to eliminate conflict and confusion? And you know what? It's done in one easy step. Like that. The thing is, sometimes you have to actually just practice it until one day it just happens like that. And when you get the knack of it, you keep doing it. And it brings you the freedom. Absolute freedom. One of the things we were talking about last night was self-image. And when I was 19, it's like you can never outgrow your self-image when you're trying to fight something, But that's when you're like my age. You're sort of like you're trying to outgrow yourself and there's something inside holding you back and you don't know what that is and you're doing all the work and then you're not getting the results. And why is that? And you're tired. But when I was younger, I didn't quite realize, at 19, when I went to join the RAF as a secretary, and they said my IQ was so high that they wanted me to be an officer, I didn't need an interview. They just wanted me to go for training. And I was like, who are you talking to? Like, I didn't come here to be an officer. I came here to be a secretary. I'm a secretary. My mum told me I wasn't academic, and that's just it. And I never went back and I never told anybody. I was so embarrassed. How funny. How funny. What are you doing to yourself that you don't even know? What are you holding yourself back from because you've made a decision in your head that you're this or that? I'm not a morning person. I'm not a nighttime person. This is how it's always been. You can make up a story. You're making up a story now. None of it's true. You're just making it up. It's just you've been that way for so long, you think it's true. When there's so much potential and possibility out there, why do we live in one wee box? And 60,000 thoughts a day, and they're the same ones that you had last year. Like, what's different from last year? Some people I've spoken to from last year, and I ask you, if you didn't move forward, how's your life changed? Do you still going through the same things, but just on a different level, different circumstances, but you still haven't got to where you want to be? My goodness, how much time? And that's the trick I'm going to show you tonight. Yep, you need to be registered on there to get the Zoom link. And I'll share it with you. And it can be that easy. So the difference between my self-image whenever I was younger to whenever I joined with Bob Proctor, I've done all these qualifications. I paid 30,000 to be here. I've done the work. I've sent the messages. And I could never understand when people said, oh, I'm afraid to send a message. I'm afraid to do this. Listen, I was just literally feel the fear and do it anyway. But I was like the fly on the window, like when there's a flipping open window and I'm like trying to go through, but it has to be this window. It's a heck of a story, that story about the fly. To keep going, going and going and going and going and going until it dies. When there's an open window. But you've got your mind set. It's this path. It's this path. This is how it's going to happen. Wow. You see, there's a great place to be that have desire, but be unattached from the results. Oh, that's a skill. That's a skill in itself. How do you have the desire and still be unattached to the results? It took me a long time to get that. I'm still finding that balance. So the difference whenever I was joined with Bob Proctor's team, my ego, my goodness, as you get older, your ego, and you're so strong. You are all brilliant who are watching this. Like, you're all brilliant. You've got such a strong mind. You are amazing. But that strong mind got in my way. It stopped me from seeing the Sheena inside here. The Sheena who was so small and was working so hard to prove her worth. But the universe was telling me I didn't need to do that. And so when I went to my first training with Bob Proctor, and I was not sitting at the inner circle table, I was so angry at myself, so angry and embarrassed that I was sitting, as far as I was concerned, on the cheap seats with people who were worried about this and worried about that. I'm not worried about this. Just go do it. I didn't realize how hard I'd become. And the universe was showing me, don't be so hard, Sheena. Don't be so hard on yourself. I'm giving it to you anyway. It's all yours. Relax more. You don't get what you want. You get what you are. And I was worthy, but I didn't know it. I'd wrapped myself in an ego that was protecting me. You are all amazing, amazing, amazing. And if you're not getting the results that you want, then you want to be on the masterclass tonight and you want to watch all the replays from today. Now, you need to be in the group. So contact me, message me, and I'll send you the group link because you can watch all the replays. You really want to watch those before you watch the one tonight. But the one tonight is going to be the most powerful yet. And if you register early enough, you'll get the email that I'm sending out with something I want you to read before tonight. So for all of you who are registered, look out for your emails. And I want you to have a blessed day, knowing that you don't have to work that hard. You are worthy. Ask, believe, receive. Have a blessed day.